What is up, filmmakers? Today, we're going to be diving into the Sirui SQ75, the tripod that's about to level up your filmmaking. This right here is the brand new Sirui SQ75 carbon fiber tripod. This heavy duty but also lightweight due to its carbon fiber structure allows you to balance up to a 15-pound load on top while having still all the normal fluid video ahead functionality of controlling both your up and down tilt and your left and right panning. How many times have you been on a shoot wrestling with your tripod, just fighting, trying to get it balanced or stable? Sometimes it's just the legs aren't working or your head just doesn't work and you just really struggle to get your camera set up. Those days are now over. It's not going to be the same as a top tier like a Sackler, but it's really going to be pretty close, and for the budget savings it's going to get you about 90% as far. This isn't just a tripod. This is engineering magic. Let's take a look at it. Revolutionary brand new features such as the one-step leg adjustment, where you just pop one of these handles and it will allow you to start adjusting that leg. Its twin leg design allows it to be heavy duty, while its use of carbon fiber allows it to be lightweight. This tripod is able to support a ton of weight while you're still able to carry it around with you for long days and get your work done. You don't have to worry about it breaking. Carbon fiber is an incredibly strong material. Even though it's lightweight, it'll last you for a really long time. The only concern I do have is there's some plastic up here, and I do wish that this was metal. I think that these plastic joints over long periods of time, if you use this outdoors or expose it to harsh conditions, may wear down and eventually break. Everything else in this tripod feels incredibly well built, and I would have no concerns using this in the harshest of conditions and really just putting it through its work. I think you're gonna go a long way with this tripod. So let's talk about some things that really matter to a lot of you cinematographers out there. It has a maximum height of 75 inches, but it can also go down to a pretty low, around knee height profile at its smallest, which allows you to get low shots, but also get about slightly above my own height at about 6 foot with the 75-inch height. Carries most modern cinema rigs out there. You really would have to be pushing pretty heavily rigged out camera to actually exceed that. So I think most of what the average person who this is for would ever be using, whether you're renting or using gear you own, is going to be well within the range of what this can actually do. And I think I wouldn't be concerned if the camera is going to be too heavy or too difficult to balance on this rig. It's incredibly easy to use. All of the dials are smooth, but yet just the right amount of resistance that it's going to stay in place and maintain the level that you set. Everything's relatively easy to set up and use, and just out of the box, I had no real issues using the tripod. So who is this actually for? Yeah, it's kind of an interesting product. It's not a travel tripod. It's way too heavy at 13 pounds to be someone's typical travel tripod. If you're like a vlogger or like an Instagram model who needs a tripod, this is way too heavy and heavy duty for you. But I think it's out there for cinematographers who are using bigger rigs, or even a mirrorless or DSLR setup that has larger lenses. Maybe you have a monitor, you have a cage, you have just multiple things rigged to your camera. This is going to help you. It'll definitely help everyone who wants to have those fluid video head movements. A lot of those are just difficult with photography tripods. But this definitely is not the cheapest option out there. If anything, you could buy the head, which I believe is around $200, and then put the head onto a cheaper, lighter weight tripod, which is actually what I probably also am going to be doing for travel. I think this is great if you're a budget or single person cinematographer. It's really easy to set up. I have no concerns of it falling over. If I leave it or go away and film a video, it's gonna stay still. Some other tripods that I've used, I just am always concerned about my camera, especially in the setting that I use it. Oftentimes it's gonna be in a concert environment where the bass is vibrating a stage, and the tripod really needs to be sturdy and capable to withstand that. So I would really feel confident with this tripod to put it through a wide variety of situations. This tripod is made for someone who's wanting to step into the professional market without having the budget to maybe buy something like a Sackler. This at $400 right now on sale, $500 when the sale eventually ends, is still significantly cheaper than everything else in the market. I know that there's a few other options There's a small rig one. I haven't tried it. I saw it in the store and personally didn't like the video head anywhere near as much. It felt, I guess, a little cheaper. I guess this one felt like a higher end product on the video head side. The legs felt, to be honest, about the same. I think the rapid adjustment system here is also going to be incredibly useful. It's going to go way further than you give it. The fact that you can just lift the camera up and have it right at this height immediately is going to be a game changer. So I really think that is going to be huge for solo filmmakers out there who just need a quick setup. You can set up, film your content, get out of there and leave. I think this is for the filmmaker who really refuses to compromise on quality. They want to have something that's comparable to that top tier professional gear, but they just don't have that budget. I also think this is going to help those people who want to have a really precise, difficult shot and be able to repeat it over and over again. The more precision that you need in your panning or your tilting movements, the higher end your tripod is going to need to be to make that a consistent motion and a consistent drag length through any of those motions. This tripod, at least from my initial testing, the video head is not going to struggle at all to give you fine control over how much panning or tilting you want. And I'm actually going to show some videos here as well of me just on my balcony panning left and right and up and down, showing you kind of what the video head looks like, how smooth of a motion you can get, and then ultimately let you decide for yourself. Overall, I think I'd give this probably a 4.5 out of 5. I wish that some parts of it were all metal, but overall the product is great. It feels incredibly sturdy. I think it's going to last for a really long time, and it's going to serve all the needs that I have as an event and home / small budget film cinematographer. And so really, I think that anyone looking for something in the mid to high-end professional budget of $400 or $500, this is absolutely the pick I would go for. I know this is a premium to buy something like this, but think of it as investing into your art and investing into your craft. The money you put in and the effort you put in will return better quality. This opens up doors for you to film new types of shots and be more confident in the way that your gear is going to perform. Well, you guys know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Comment below if you have a different tripod recommendation or if you have this tripod.